sorry.
好，我今天打完差不多了吧？我们在自己的比赛中把所有的力量都用出来了。我们最大的竞争对手应该是我们自己。
中国队加油！加油！
Saya bisa, semoga kita tim Nexen ini bisa memenang pertandingan di CFS ini.
여기 제 이번에 결승까지 올라가서 한번 좋은 성적 내는 게 목표입니다.
화이팅!
Настроение у нас замечательное, погода у вас прекрасная, страна у вас красивая.
«我们的目标是为了冠军而来。比赛的时候不给自己留遗憾吧。
in the store.
The final, I'm gonna cry, and I don't blame him right now. I am so happy, you know, 1 round advantage, this momentum swing, and the boost, the confidence boost in FaZe right now after those kills is just insane. They should be able to close this one out. Second map is Subbase, obviously, but that's here nor there. Right now, though, we are gonna be showing the MVP of the game here, and exactly as I thought it would be, FaZe 19-10. KD, and he had 3 multi-kills as well. FaZe blew off in that game, and he deserves it.
Definitely, he was the strongest performer by far, and the thing I noticed was the biggest contrast player-to-player challenges was Treek versus FaZe in that first map. He was just on an insanely new level that even for him is just so insane to see him performing this well. And right now, FlipSid, they're going into a map where I think they feel even more comfortable against ruLegends as well. Port seemed like a map where it could have gone either way, but FlipSid, this is a map where they seem confident in taking the wins on.
Most definitely, and looks like all the players are ready and raring to go. So we should be starting up real soon. And now, of course, my first quick rundown of FlipSid on Subbase is gonna be, we're gonna be seeing monstrous play from Snox on that A bottom. Dennis probably will be there to support FaZe with that sniper doing his thing towards wood. Vise will possibly be towards B long, or he could switch out with Dennis and Seven just doing his thing around the map. So actually, from how the players are already up, it looks like FlipSid will actually be starting on global risk side of things, so that should be interesting. ruLegends may just actually do what they did on Port, which is some very early aggression. Now, keep in mind, on Port, ruLegends, the moment their first round on Port as Blacklist, they went for a straight push towards B, so I will not surprise me if ruLegends do the same thing on Blacklist on Subbase also.
Definitely, and right now I think it is going to be a situation where I think ruLegends really needs to get some sort of early round momentum.
Whatever happens, they get third place.
That's true, they will be going
Whatever happens, they get third place. They have done Russia proud.
They're going to be going against, I believe Kawhi will be who they play for that third place match, so I think they could potentially get that third place win against them, as, I mean, they've shown that they can beat some of the best teams around, and FlipSid just edging them by in that first map, but Subbase, a map where FlipSid, they've already won, I believe, 2 matches on already, and this could potentially be their third, so they have to be feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, they did win this 10-3 against Brave.
Exactly, they did, and that was an incredible performance there from FlipSid. But here on your screens we have FaZe, this time not picking his nose, which is a good thing. Next to him we have Snox. I think Snox and Dennis both went for a quick cigarette. Also we have Luca on our screen, aka Seven. I'm so used to calling him Luca, my apologies. Next to him is Vise, or as the Chinese caster actually calls, Busy. Busy on the screen, and then lastly we have Dennis, and I hope Dennis really goes off as entry on Blacklist. Because if he goes off, the team will go off.
Yeah, and I really didn't see too much from him on Port as well. It really was all about FaZe and Seven on that map, it felt like. And here we go right into what could be the final map of this best-of-3 series. If FlipSid can hold on and take it in the 2-0 sweep, but ruLegends, they are eager to answer back here on map number 2. And FlipSid, we'll see if they can hold this one out. Starting it off, though, it is going to be ruLegends on the attack. And just as you mentioned, it looks like they are going to go for a fast play, sending 4 players to quickly go into control, but it looks like they may revert and go straight into L-turn. And something that I've noticed is when teams do this, I saw it a lot throughout the EU and NA season, when they go into L-turn, somehow it always falls apart. But this time around, it's not going to matter. Drace picks up a double kill, and just like that, Xewer gets another on the board. And FlipSid is nowhere to be seen on this bomb site, but just as I say that, Seven on the rotation, he's going to be the one with that arm in hand this time. He picks up 1, but it's not going to be enough to make an impact, and it's going to be Arza coming up for the double kill.
Seven is sniping? I'm quite surprised by this now, because I spoke to him and he said I wasn't going to snipe. So it looks like FlipSid are throwing off the casters as well.
Yeah, definitely an interesting decision there, and especially considering how well FaZe was doing, unless maybe FaZe made the decision, but it looks like maybe it was just a first round thing to try and throw them.
Double sniper meta. We got the double sniper going on from Team FlipSid. It looks like Seven is confident in his shot, and he exactly showed that first round clicks 2 kills, even though he did get rushed. But let's see what FlipSid can do. We do have on ruLegends side 1 player over towards that B long, but FaZe gets that initial pick. Early 5v4 advantage here for Team FlipSid. They just need to hold their ground. 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock here, and let's see what Team ruLegends decide to do. They do drop the bomb over towards B long on the left side of that of Computer Room. I think we do have a play shifting up towards wood. Yeah, shots being fired here towards that B-long area. No one yet going to be picked up though.
Right now it is going to be Vise looking for some intel here. He's trying to find some sort of a pick, but it is going to be FlipSid playing a bit more passive right now. And it is going to be just an interesting setup from them. They're actually starting to rotate a little bit over towards A, but so far it's going to be ruLegends just trying to find their way into an opening here. But right now FlipSid, they still can't find their way into another pick, but the pressure definitely going to be on ruLegends, but it is going to be a just slow push coming out, but so far it is going to be FlipSid getting the best of it. Vise picks up the double kill. Dennis is there to answer with another, and Arza all alone tries to hold on, but it's only going to be 2 kills before he finally goes down.
FaZe trying to go for the knife there, but doesn't really matter. Also does go down, and that's going to be 1 round on the board there for team FlipSid.
Now it is going to be 1-1 here, all tied up. And now here we have it. It's going to be FlipSid looking to take a potential lead here. And things are looking pretty solid for them, but FlipSid, they definitely need to try and hold on. It's all tied up, and they have the potential to take the lead, but Arza having a very good performance here so far on this half has made it a bit difficult, and Vise is going to get caught through the smoke. Execute with a brilliant headshot there. We'll start things off on the right foot here for ruLegends, but the bomb's still going to be working its way over towards A, and it looks like there is going to be a challenge coming out from Snox potentially over towards the A staircase, but FaZe, he's also grouped up to support this as well, and now it's going to be all about these 2 players on the initial hit, but there's still a fake being thrown towards B, but it's not going to matter. The storm comes in towards A, but Snox, he holds it with a double. Dennis finds one as well, and just like that, the 5v3 turns into a 2-on-2. Treek and Drace trying to find the way to make it happen, but Drace, he picks up another, and now it is going to be up to this engage, but it's not going to matter. Treek shuts it down, and that is going to be a very clean round here, going the way of ruLegends to take back the lead.
Yeah, some interesting fakes are coming out from ruLegends. Snox with a great double kill there, but his team couldn't quite capitalize, and looks like FlipSid are going to send 4 players now over towards this A bomb site here. Early flash goes towards A bottom. Shots already being thrown here from team FlipSid. FaZe collects the entry kill onto Treek there. 7 steps up as well, collects the kill onto Ursa. Early 5v4 advantage here. 7 collects another one. Drace will pick off Vise here. 7 with actually a triple kill onto Exoa. And just like that, 3v1 situation here in favor of team FlipSid. 7 holding the angle there in A top towards the stairs of A bottom. Drace, last one left alive here. 7 gonna go ahead and peek the corner. Will get gunned down, but it doesn't matter though. Dennis is there for support, and Drace will go down just like that and tied up 2 for 2.
Yeah, definitely some heavy back and forth right now, but I think it's a situation where ruLegends really can't afford to keep going back and forth. They really need to run away with this one if they want to seal the deal and put themselves into a map-free situation. But once again, we do see Treek. He's not confident with that on, so he's going to pick up the AK. Now we're going to have a 5-man AK rush hit the beat control, but it's not going to go their way. FlipSid comes up big. Snox with the double Vise there to pick up one as well, and now it's going to be a 1-on-3 situation here for FaZe, and he has to come up huge for his team in order to try and keep the lead in their hands. But right now, it's looking like FlipSid may have put themselves back on top here, but FaZe...
FlipSid can't afford to give FaZe one-on-one situations right now. It's just they just can't do that, and FlipSid know this. They're gonna go ahead, group together, and stay up towards A top here. FaZe has bomb in hand, but what does that matter? It's, you know, it's a 1v3. If he gets the one-on-ones, I'd be very surprised from FlipSid, and actually disappointed as well. I mean, FlipSid should know better than to give one-on-ones here to Vise right now. But set up in this A connector here, Vise has a lot of time to work with. 1 minute 15 seconds left on the clock here, and has bomb. He's 100 HP as well, so let's see what he can do. Vise did get a MVP a couple of games ago as well, so let's see what happens. Bomb will go down here behind the missile, and it looks like he's going to take his position in darkroom right now, spotting over towards what looks to be wood, and FlipSid not going to leave each other, which is exactly what I want to see. They're both going to execute together, cross over towards wood, and there we go. Vise will go ahead and collect the kill, and that's exactly what FlipSid need to take that round, and that's going to be 3-2.
FlipSid now back on top here, and slowly but surely working their way towards that 2-0 sweep here. But ruLegends, they're not a team that you can take lightly. We've seen what they can do under pressure as well. And Drace, he's definitely stepped up to the plate here on sub base. I think it's just a matter of what we can see from Treek. He's been the quiet one here on the side of ruLegends. If he can step up, this could truly be a very intensely close game. But here comes the challenge on A bottom, and Snox is ready there to take one down. and now it is going to be ruLegends backing off here as FlipSid continues to maintain this control here. And right now, ruLegends, they're almost confused with what to do here. They have really no route to go as FlipSid shuts it off.
ruLegends can't afford to take a raw aim battles against FlipSid. Hell, Snox is a monster. What are ruLegends thinking? ruLegends needs to play strategically, and they need to outmaneuver Team FlipSid if they want to have a chance to win. Because frankly, they don't have the raw, the raw aim to take on these guys, in my opinion.
Yeah, and FlipSid, I'd say they're probably the only other team, aside from Vici, I've seen that all 5 players continuously show us what they're made of. And I think that's what truly puts these two teams ahead of the rest throughout this competition. All 5 players have tons of highlights across the board, and that truly makes them, I mean, you can even see it looking at the scoreboard. They all have 3, 4, or 5 frags, and I mean, that's a very, very close-knit scoreline with these guys as they look to try and take a 4-2 lead here. And right now it is going to be ruLegends going for the execution here onto the B bomb site, but they're not going to be ready for the player. And Rafters Vise gets the double kill, and he's still looking for more Treek. He's trying to make something happen. He manages one, and he will get traded out eventually, though. And it is going to be Vice and 7 cleaning things up, and it's going to be a 4-2 lead here. FlipSid moving into an even greater lead.
Yeah, FlipSid from here should have the momentum. They should have the momentum boost here to maybe, possibly give up one more round. But after that, I don't see that. They should be able to wipe out this one. And ruLegends starting to fall off slightly, but now sending 3, 4 players initially towards B long, though. But they are going to go ahead and fall back bomb. Headed over towards wood right now. We do have 2 players in A top, 2 towards B and 1 towards A bottom. So let's see what ruLegends do here. This is probably going to be some sort of wood push or A execute. I'm assuming A execute right now. Treek on your screen with the AK in the hand. Smoke will go out very shortly here towards A bottom. We do see Snox. It looks like Dennis is going to group up with him as well. And these two are, more or less the Grim Reapers of ruLegends right now on this A bottom. ruLegends going to go ahead and execute with no flash and no smoke whatsoever. First kill goes over towards Dennis here, but Drace and Arthur managed to capitalize onto Snox and Dennis. Early 4v3 situation here in favor of Team ruLegends. Treek finds a kill onto 7. FaZe will go down as well to base, and now it's all up to Vice there, but it doesn't matter. The Treek will go ahead and take Matt, and that's going to be 4-3.
And that is going to be a much-needed round at that, stalling the momentum of FlipSid and keeping this one neck and neck here. But FlipSid, they still have the 1-round lead, but Drace still continuing to be a very strong presence on these entry frags for ruLegends. But this time around, it looks like we are going to see a similar setup coming out from FlipSid. They just want to play passive, but Dennis, he's going to be very focused on this potential wood push coming out from ruLegends. And it looks like they may have actually caught on a little bit more to this setup, as it looks like FaZe, he's going to be playing the angle just outside of this L-turn area, and it's going to be the bomb favoring its way, though, towards A for ruLegends. Vase going to be playing up towards the doors. Arsa waiting for the push out of lower A, but right now, FlipSid, they're going to play a lot more passive this time around. They know they have the advantage of holding the angles here, and they're going to try to play that as perfectly as they can, but right now, this is a very important round for both of these teams. It means a tie for ruLegends or a lead extension here for FlipSid to get a 5-3 advantage and secure themselves at least a guaranteed half victory for themselves. But here comes the execution. ruLegends pushes in with Snox. He's ready to answer. That's 1 on the board, 2 on the board. Looks for the triple, but he can't connect it. Arsa picks up 1. Treek gets 1 as well, but it's still going to be a even situation here. 2v2, but Vase, he gets another. It's going to be Vise all alone in a 1-on-2 here. FlipSid hoping that Vise can make this happen, but still ruLegends has put themselves in a great position to draw out to a tie here. Vise, though, going to be working down towards lower A, but he's definitely a bit hesitant on this play. He's going to go for a nade frag there onto Arza, but it's just not going to happen. It does a decent amount of damage, but still, he is quite low. Here comes the flash. He's going to have to go for the execution off of it, and this is where he has to hit these shots to perfection here. Arza playing on the corner missile, Vase playing the pyramid stack, and this is going to be a difficult challenge indeed. Just 19 seconds. He has to make his move quickly to challenge these two players. Vase still putting the pressure on him, and he will secure the kill. And just like that, as we go into the final round of the half, it's going to be all tied up.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Vise. He knew exactly what to do. He knew the positioning of Arsa, but Arsa played it exceptionally well. And now 4 players here gearing up towards this B-long area here from Team ruLegends. And in the meantime, the FlipSid once again sending roughly 3 players here towards that wood area. FlipSid just playing out their game how they want it to be. And hopefully seeing if they can gain this last round for themselves. Remember, guys, if you have just tuned in, FlipSid is winning 1-0 right now in this best of 3, and if they win, they will go ahead into the final. you know, play against VG Gaming, the best Chinese team, or even possibly the best team right now that we are seeing currently in Crossfire Stars 2016.
Right now, it is going to be a very crucial final round of this half for both teams. It is going to be Vase looking for a potential peek from Fence there. He's trying to spot someone potentially playing in Cage or L-turn, but right now, ruLegends, they seem very hesitant, but slowly grouping over towards this B bomb side. It is going to be an engage, though, coming up from Arza, who's trying to challenge Snox on lower A, but he actually decides to back off, as it looks like they are going to be going for some sort of a B split here from ruLegends. And flip side, they do have the rotations in place to catch this, but Drace, he was a huge impact the last time he pushed out of L-turn. This time, flip side, they have to be ready, but the bomb's already pushing in, and there is not enough players to contest this unless FaZe and come up with a huge kill streak here. This could be a difficult situation. FaZe, though, picks up 2, and now it's going to be a 3-on-3 situation here. A very big round coming up, but Seven and Snox, they're already on the rotation, but Arza is going to pick off Dennis, and now it is going to be a very, very hard retake here, but Seven and Snox, they're working their way in. Snox picks up 1, it's going to be a 2-on-2, and now this could be Flipside's chance to take the lead right back. Snox and Seven looking for the retake, though, 25 seconds, and they have to make their move quickly. The time on the bomb is ticking here, but Seven and Snox, they're going to storm in from Cage together. They have to be careful, though. It is going to be Executor playing in the dark room, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be a nice trade coming out. Executor and Seven fighting for survival, but Seven, he misses the shot, and Executor, he's going to come up big and take the half. ruLegends 5-4.
Flipside almost winning that as well. But unfortunate for Team Flipside, they played it beautifully. They knew they had to play together. Unfortunately for Seven, he swung out way too early, way too fast. But it doesn't matter though. 1 round difference here between these guys. And ruLegends, they ain't out yet. And remember guys, if they do take this map, we will be going to a decider map, which will be Ankara.
And Ankara, that would be such a crazy map to see this unfold on, because I feel like it's, out of all of the maps in this best of 3, I feel like they'd both almost be a little bit out of their comfort zone on Ankara, but Flipside, this still have the potential to take this in a 2-0 sweep. We can't count them out just yet, but it's just going to come down to how they start off the second half. If they can start it off with a tie, I think they'll be able to regain enough momentum to push themselves forward and possibly take the win here. But
yeah, definitely. And also, I know from Team Flipside's perspective, I know they prefer this group, the stage B games because of the player boots. They're actually a lot easier. You know, you actually have the freedom to move your monitor closer and, you know, further away if needed. You can't actually do that on stage A because of the webcam setup, and, you know, it's just in a fixed place. So
now we do see the start of the round. It is going to be an aggressive play coming out from ruLegends, but it doesn't matter. The bomb's already working its way towards a completely exposed A-site, and Snox, he finds one in mid. He's just going to stall the rotation, but it doesn't matter. There's already 3 players on a completely exposed A-bomb site, and there's still a player playing in spawn, waiting for the flank. This could be a great setup, because FaZe, he's still sitting in spawn to stall this rotation as well. They have a completely open A-side, and now all they have to do is set up for a perfect post plan, as FaZe has done his job already, just stalling out this rotation, and now it is going to be up to ruLegends to show us what they're made of on the retake. But so far, Flipside has played this strategically very, very solid so far. It's going to come down to the retake here. It's going to be full aggression onto Woods. All of ruLegends goes in, but it's not going to matter. FaZe takes down 1, but here comes the trades. Vase with another on the board, and it's going to be a 3v3, but the HP advantage slightly in the hands of Flipside, but time is definitely on their side, as ruLegends only has 14 seconds to get this bomb defused. They're going to be charging down from upper A, but it's not going to matter. Flipside starting to hold it off. There's no time to get this defused if FaZe can just hit the first kill here. FaZe, he doesn't get it though. They're going to try and stick it. He has no time though. Seven comes in, but FaZe, he's still on the bomb, but it doesn't matter. With just 1 second to spare, he hits the shot. Seven saving the day for his team just in time, and that is going to tie things right up.
I think my heart skipped a beat. My heart almost skipped a beat then. That was so tense. I almost thought Flipside were going to lose that.
It was very close there, and I didn't expect ruLegends to actually stick the bomb without going for the fight. But
yeah,
Seven,
PDF, Pro Zone Fake.
Seven.
If NA has taught us anything, PDF, Pro Zone Fake.
And now we do have it after Seven picking up a brilliant 1v2 there. It's going to be all tied up here, guys. 5-5. FlipSid Tactics doing a great job in that round of keeping things close here. Now this is their chance to swing right back and take this lead and potentially push themselves towards that 2-0 sweep that they've been hoping for. And right now, ruLegends, though, they have a lot of weight on their shoulders to answer back and keep control of this and potentially push it into a map 3 situation. But right now, they definitely have to put out all of the plays they've got in their playbook to make this happen. As FlipSid, they have shown us that they're going to make this one a very difficult map to take take away from them. But right now we're going to see a 3-man push potentially coming in here towards A, but we do have a lurk in vents as well. So FlipSid definitely setting up for a nice split here onto the A bomb side, but they have to be careful as Vase, he's ready for this vent drop here, waiting patiently for them to make their presence, but it's going to be a surprise drop phase. He catches him off guard, but here comes the push.
Yeah, Drace will take the kill onto base here. Also, though, does find one towards the bottom down to 7. Also finds himself a double kill. Drace steps up as well, takes out Dennis. Does get traded up by Snox there. Actually, Snox finds himself a double as well onto Asa, and that's going to put things down in a 2v1 situation here in favor of Team ruLegends. Snox does have the bomb in hand, and he should be able to plant that very shortly for himself. Only left on 3 HP with 42 seconds left on the clock here. ruLegends need to play together. They need to double peek him, and they will do exactly that. And Treek will take the better of him, and that's going to be another round going in favor of Team ruLegends.
Now they will be up by 1 here, once again leading it just by a hair, but as we saw in map number 1, it came down to an 8-8 match where FlipSid was able to push through and grab those last 2 rounds. And right now, though, it is going to be Vase starting it off with the opening entry frag here. It's going to be a 5-on-4 in their advantage, and the engage on wood is still trying so hard to go in favor of FlipSid. But 7, he comes up big with the double kill, and he's still looking for more. And this is going to be up to Treek to try and get this trade, but he actually backs off, and FlipSid retain the advantage here as they try and work their way continuously up woods here. This is where they have to be careful on ruLegends. They have a numbers disadvantage. But Treek, he's still eager to try and go for the repeat here. Treek and 7, they're going to run into some trouble. Dennis, though, gets the initial frag, and 7 is there to pick up his 3rd kill on the board, and it's going to be a 1-on-4 situation now. Executor is all alone, rushing into the back of A-site, though, and they haven't spotted him just yet. But just as I say that, it is going to be 7 who finds him, but it doesn't matter. Executor, he picks up 2, the 1v4. Could it be a reality here? 7, he's going to have to try and close this one, and he is going to be able to do it with a quad kill in the round. 7 coming up big.
Stepping up big for his team with a huge quad kill. And that is going to be a huge confidence boost here for Team FlipSid, tied up 6-6. But nonetheless, though, let's see what FlipSid can now deliver. These are going to be the most important rounds for Team FlipSid to decide whether we are going to be going into a decider map of Ankara, or whether FlipSid are going to be going into the finals against, you know, the most unstoppable team that we've seen so far, which is Vici Gaming. And what a great way to start this round off here. FaZe with the first entry kill onto Treek. That's going to make things now a 5v4 situation here in favor of Team FlipSid. We do have 2 nades going down over towards this A bottom, and 1 FlipSid player right around the corner there, which is Dennis. Dennis obviously ready for those entries. This could be great for Team FlipSid here if they can get this execution on towards A. They only have 1 player towards A bottom. Obviously there is 1 towards A top, but what more can he do other than push down and just get absolutely annihilated? Now, due to the positioning from Team FlipSid, he advised just throwing a couple of shots here over towards that B-long. Nade will go out as well, and FlipSid, let's see what they do. It looks like bomb is dropped over there towards courtyard, so this should probably be a push from Team FlipSid. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock here. We got 1 player rotating from B-long over towards base here towards wood. So yeah, this should be an A push coming out from these guys very shortly. Dennis still holding his ground, waiting. We got the A-side player backing off slightly, deciding to hold another angle here from the missile. And 1 minute left on the clock here. FlipSid really wanting to take their time on this one, and I think this is the most important round for them as well. This round should decide whether or not they have the confidence boost to more or less win it out from here, in my opinion. And let's see what happens. Bomb is making its way up towards wood right now. Dennis holding the angle there towards the left-hand side of A top. Smokes will go out. Drace holding the angle there as well on the left. Spray comes out from Dennis here. Doesn't quite manage to pick him up, but that doesn't matter though. They make their way in towards Cage. Base will go down here. Drace finds a kill onto Snox. Expo will find 1 onto 7. Expo gonna get traded up by Dennis here. FaZe finds the Dagnay kill onto Drace. And now just like that, it's a 3v1 situation here. Not in favor of Team ruLegends. Bomb will get planted, and it's all up to Asa right now. 1v3 situation. Flash goes out. Doesn't quite affect him. We got a 2-man setup here in towards Dark Room. FaZe with that sniper in hand. They do not want to give Asa 1-on-1 situations right now, but that doesn't matter. He's left on 58 HP. He should go down. And as he makes his way over towards KJ, he does collect 1 kill, but FaZe will go ahead and capitalize, and that's how it's done.
And now it is going to be potentially the beginning of the end here for ruLegends, as it is going to be FlipSid working back into the lead here, 7-6, just 3 rounds away from putting Europe into the grand finals once again here. and this is their chance to make it happen. ruLegends, though, they're not out of this one just yet. It is going to be the potential for them to tie it up at 7 here. And it is going to be an interesting setup. This time around, FlipSid not putting too much pressure towards A. It's going to be 3 players playing towards the B bomb side here, but it looks like it is going to be FlipSid going all the way into A now. They have read this quite well. ruLegends stacking their forces a little bit too heavily towards this B bomb site, and now it is going to be Treek, the lone warrior here, but FlipSid, they're actually going to make the mistake of potentially going back into this B bomb site, and I'm not sure if they're going to try and go for the re-execute, but Snox, it looked like he was going to try and peek there, but now they don't have the intel that there is actually only one player on lower A, but now it is going to be a push up wood. It looks like they're going to be trying to work their way into a potential split onto this player, holding in upper A, and it is going to be Drace here, the lone player in upper A, and it looks like they're going to go for just a push straight into cage. They ignore the player in upper A, though, and it's going to be a devastating mistake. Arza picks up the double kill. FaZe picks up 1, but FlipSid, they answer back with 2, and it's going to be FaZe going down, though, as a nice double kill from FaZe closes out the round.
A very nice try there from FlipSid, hoping that that push last round was going to work this round as well, but unfortunately not. Tied up once again, he is 7-7. This game is almost like the one that we casted previously, where it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, up until, it was actually Pacific versus Insanes actually is the one I'm referring to, but we'll talk about that very shortly, as now FlipSid doing what they just did last round, seeing if they can get a pick towards this bottom A. Shots coming out from Team FlipSid right above those stairs there. Nade will go in. Looks like they are going to go ahead and push in. Snox literally right behind that wall. 1 kill though does go over to Arsa there. Snox though does manage to trade up. Jason right around the corner. He's going to get traded up by 7 as well. FaZe now comes in. 7 takes him out straight away. FaZe will unfortunately fall though. And now we've got a skirmish in mid there. Vibes with some beautiful positioning onto Exua. Takes him out. 2v1 advantage now to Team FlipSid. And now it's all up to Treek. 2v1 situation here. 7 doesn't really have much HP to work with, but it's a 2v1 situation. That's all that matters right now. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock here. Let's see what FlipSid can do. They're just going to go ahead and clear out their angles. And let's see what they do. Bomb carrier watching in mid there, and it looks like they're probably going to do ring around the rosies, it looks like.
And I actually like this decision here. It looks like they're going to have 7 plant the bomb and Vise listen for the rotate and vents. And I actually really like this decision from FlipSid. It's a safe play. It does spread them a little bit thin, but as long as Vise doesn't get too antsy, if Vise doesn't get too antsy, it's going to be a perfect setup here. And they just have to rely on Treek not going for the full flank. And it looks like Treek is going to try and work his way back around, but Vise, he had to have heard those steps. Treek made a ton of noise, and he's going to get the drop shot. And just like that, it is going to be FlipSid Tactics leading this one 8-7. Right now, though, things are looking very positive. FlipSid, they are just 2 rounds away from the grand finals here. ruLegends looking for the shutdown, but so far they have not been able to make that happen just yet. And FlipSid, they are sitting on the verge of victory here, guys, and it is going to be an intense showdown to decide if they will take this one in a 2-0 sweep. But FlipSid, they're going to start this one off by just trying to get some early vision. Treek going to be playing on the A bottom boxes here, just looking at the top of stairs for that early round peak. But right now, FlipSid, they're just going to try and draw out some of the GR players to try and get that early round pick. FlipSid, they know they have the lead. They know they've put the pressure heavily onto ruLegends, as they are just 2 rounds away from being eliminated here in the semifinals. But looking at ruLegends, do you think they can make this comeback here, Danny?
It is possible. It is definitely possible. If Drace goes off, I do think they could probably come back and put this into a deciding map of Ankara. But let's see what happens. FlipSid, 2 plays over towards this B control area and 3 up in this mid. This is probably going to be some sort of B execute through Alton, or it could be a vent play as well. Let's see what happens from Team FlipSid. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock here. We do have 3 plays over towards this B bomb site though. So let's see how FlipSid fare. We got FaZe playing right behind this little pillar. And he's going to go ahead and jump out behind the box there, playing literally on the angle. And he has all the players that he collects 1 kill over. Will get instantly traded up from Dennis. That isn't going to stop FlipSid though. They're going to go ahead and push it. Dennis collects himself 2 kills. Expo finally does go ahead and trade him up though. Drace finds a kill onto Snox as well. Drace finds himself a double kill onto 7. Still spraying around. Shots coming out from Expo's Deagle that doesn't quite manage to finish a FaZe, but he will get Kobe down from Drace.
Now, once again, we see a very similar situation. It's all tied up at 8 yet again, but last time we saw that FlipSid, they were able to win it 10-8, but ruLegends, they have to be looking at that map 3 in their eyes.
Man.
It's definitely a tense situation.
And I don't know how FlipSid feel right now, but they're probably shaking 3 times more than me.
And definitely a
and
lot
I
of
ain't even
pressure
playing.
on them. And it is going to be Treek still not quite the presence he was hoping to be, sitting at a scoreline of 1-4 on the half, but the rest of his team has definitely stepped it up in these last couple of rounds here, and it is going to be up to ruLegends to try and push this one into a map 3 situation. They have the potential to take the lead here and push it forward, but right now it's going to be up to FlipSid to see if they can push it into a 2-0 sweep. They are just 2 rounds away from making that happen, but this time around it looks like we are going to see a slow push in towards B while they have Dennis locking down the flank at A long, but this could actually be a great push here. There's not a whole lot of easy rotations if they can isolate these 2 players on the B bomb side. FlipSid, they may actually have a chance to take this one very overwhelmingly. It's going to come down to the hold here, and it is going to be Treek, or actually Vase and Executor holding down this site. So 2 players who have been fairly strong on the defensive front. Vase gets one, but it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. FlipSid now take a 4-on-3 advantage here.
Yeah, and FlipSid going to just go ahead and back off. They have the numbers advantage, 4v3 as you mentioned. It looks like ruLegends have noticed they ain't pushing up towards that B long area. And it looks like FlipSid want to reset with the numbers advantage that they have, which is actually a very small move. 55 seconds left on the clock right now. And let's see what happens. So actually FaZe will go down there to Asa. FaZe missing the shot onto Asa there from courtyard stairs, and that is going to be devastating to Team FlipSid. Snox starting to take a little bit of damage as well, but Snox will go ahead and fall off. 40 seconds left, 35 seconds left on the clock right now. Bomb is rotating through spawn towards this A bomb side. It looks like there will be a vent play involved in this as well. A flash grenade goes out, doesn't quite affect anyone. But 25 seconds now left on the clock here. FlipSid cutting this one close. Nade goes in as well. Snox still very low on HP. Drace knows he's up in vents, but it's all about that timing. Will FlipSid prevail? Rotate coming out from Drace towards the stairs. Dennis is already towards that bottom, popping shots. Looks like Drace is going to go ahead and rotate. Snox should go ahead and pop out right now. Also will go down. Snox does exactly that. Takes out Drace. 3v1 situation here. All up to Treek right now. Can he clutch this? Bomb will go down just in time. 7 now gonna go ahead and toss a smoke over Treek, collects 1 kill onto Snox. That makes things now a 2v1 situation. FlipSid need to play together if they want this one round. Treek has the HP to deal with this. Flash goes in, but the timing is not there. Treek has an AK in his hand. Sema playing on the missile, and he will take him out. And now FlipSid on match point.
Here we have it, guys. As we saw it in the first map, FlipSid, they were able to take it 10-8, and they could potentially throw the repeat right back at them once again here, guys. This could potentially be the end. FlipSid with their eyes set on that grand finals prize here as ruLegends. This is do or die for them. They have to tie and also win it in overtime to have a chance at survival here. And now it is going to be up to FlipSid to close this one out. They've come far to do this one, and now they are just 1 round away from making this happen here, guys. Treek going to be playing the same position on lower A, but FlipSid, they're still hunting for that opening right now. It is going to be a fairly heavy stack coming out towards the B bomb side from ruLegends. They don't want to give up control of this B bomb side, but right now FaZe, he's eager. He's already playing the corner peek up towards A long, but Executor, he's actually getting a little bit antsy here towards lockers. He wants someone to challenge him, but FlipSid, they know that ruLegends is extremely nervous here, and they're trying to abuse that Treek. He's all alone on A still as well, but it may be a chance for FlipSid to exploit that Treek. He's been inconsistent with how he performs on this lower A, and it looks like FlipSid may try to zone in on that here. They're going to send 3 players and the bomb over towards Wood, and this is just a matter of what FlipSid can do on the execution. If Treek is not able to get more than 1 kill and FlipSid can overhaul this A bomb site, this could be the end here, and it's going to be a flank coming out here as well. It is going to be Vise working his way up L-turn, and FlipSid, they are setting up for an A execution split to end this one. FlipSid, they're actually going to be going for control on Wood first and then going into lower A, and this is where things look good for FlipSid. Vise starts it off with 1-7 with another on the board. It's going to be a 5-on-3. ruLegends trying to hold on. Drayson, Executor pick up kills, and now it is going to be an even 3-on-3 situation, but Dennis, he's going to be caught as well. Executor with another on the board. ruLegends looking at overtime in their eyes. FaZe and Vise, though, they are still alive, and Executor is quite low. This is still a winnable situation, but with 30 seconds, they need to make their move fast. Executor, though, he's going to be caught. FaZe gets the Kobe, and now FaZe comes in for the cleanup, and it's going to be FlipSid Tactics taking it with 2 10-8 maps. 2-0, FlipSid Tactics. They're going to the grand finals to take on Vici Gaming.
FlipSid!
Very great performance, and definitely they feel the vibes there. FlipSid, After 2 10-8 matches, that is basically going the distance, but still they take it in a 2-0 sweep, guys. Definitely a huge shout out to FlipSid. Such an incredible performance, guys. 2 10-8 maps, and they come out on top here. Very well played, guys, and thanks for tuning into this great semifinals. We will be back tomorrow with the grand finals and the third place match. ruLegends will be going into that third place match to take on, I believe that is going to be Kawhi going against them, but the finals tomorrow, guys, don't forget to tune into that. We've got the guys from Europe going back in. It's going to be FlipSid, and it is going to be Vici Gaming, and that'll definitely be a showdown for the ages.
D-Man and Momo will be taking care of that one, and what a performance there from Team FlipSid. Handshakes all the way around, and honestly, ruLegends.
Yeah, definitely what a way for it to end too. I mean, both of these teams performing so well, and you definitely can't sell ruLegends short in this situation. They had such a great tournament performance, and what a way for them to go out. I mean, they put everything on the line there. 8 rounds on both maps.
ruLegends, do not be disappointed. They made it top 4. Top 4, they made it top 4. They should not be disappointed.
And they still have a shot at that third place prize,
Exactly.
which is a great performance considering Russia in the past hasn't even been a top 4 team, and now this is truly a great performance. And overall, I think both teams in that third place match have to be feeling very good about their performance.
FlipSid versus Vici now. FlipSid versus Vici, I can't wait.
It is going to be an incredible match tomorrow, guys. Vici and FlipSid Tactics, just overall insane performances, guys, but that is going to end things for the day here. We're going to give you some daily highlights, but overall, just insanely great matches throughout the entirety of the day. We had multiple overtime games, and everyone just bringing their A game here in the second day of the grand finals, and that's going to leave us with just 2 teams left here, guys. Vici Gaming and FlipSid Tactics, they are your top 2 teams, and it is going to be a final for the ages tomorrow, as it is going to be FlipSid.
All I know is those ESL forums are going to be blowing up at this point.
And now the only question remains, can FlipSid be the first team to dethrone China at CFS? And so far, they seem actually well equipped to do so.
Keep in mind, best out of 5 in the finals. Best out of 5. And I don't know, I want FlipSid to win. And if they do, it's gonna be a devastating blow to Vici, considering their performance.
It's definitely been an insane entire tournament here, guys. We're going to give you a quick overview of everything that happened throughout the day, but so many great matches, and what a way for this one to end. 2 10-8s in favor of FlipSid.
So close, and this is what I mean. They've played against each other. They know each other so well, and that just goes to show 10-8, 2 rounds difference on both maps. On both, not one, both maps.
And it really shows truly how good FlipSid is in those high-pressure situations. And I think that's really going to give them a lot of confidence going into tomorrow's match versus Vici Gaming, having so many close-quarter situations that they came out on top. And that's a huge confidence boost, especially going into a team like Vici Gaming, who isn't afraid to take those kind of pressure situations without a glimpse of stress in their eyes. And I think we're truly going to have such an incredible match tomorrow.
The only time I sort of saw Vici Gaming sort of flinch was the match against AG. Now, you know, from what we've seen so far, I think FlipSid, you know, might just give Vici a better run for their money.
Definitely, and just looking at the results from throughout the day, we had just incredible performances all around, guys, and so many teams that shattered expectations throughout this entire tournament. But starting off the day, we did have Team WoW going down to Freedom, ruLegends losing to AG, Pacific losing to Insanes, but then in the quarterfinals, we had Vici coming out on top, ruLegends taking down Pacific, and of course, we had those most recent games here, guys, where we had some great showdowns in the semifinals here, where we had, of course, FlipSid Tactics taking down ruLegends, and of course, Vici Gaming taking down Kawhi. So overall, just very, very great performances, and every team here in the tournament today just completely blew my mind with how well these guys played.
I think out of everyone, Kawhi blew my mind. Out of everyone, Kawhi blew my mind.
Definitely, Kawhi, I definitely have to give them a shout out. I think a lot of people underestimated them going in this tournament, but both them and ruLegends showed us that just because their region isn't the most notorious for bringing home the wins, that they can still make a huge dent in these international events, and I loved seeing these guys do incredible things, and I look forward to seeing their third place match tomorrow, and I definitely expect that to be a great match as well, because both of these teams really blew us away with what they were able to do in this tournament. But of course, looking ahead, we do have that grand finals match, Vici Gaming and FlipSide. Be sure to tune into that, guys. It is going to be an incredible way to end everything here. But overall, we were definitely excited to bring you all of these matches here on Stage B. A lot of great matches, and overall just some very memorable moments. But in the end, we did see EU and China. They're going to be going head-to-head, and it is going to be a finale you won't want to miss, guys.
Yeah, most definitely.
Overall, it has been an insane tournament, and it's going to be a great finish.
If I was you guys right now, literally, crossfirestars.com, bookmark that page right now. But I think that's literally about to more or less wrap it up for today, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, like I mentioned, make sure crossfirestars.com.